Good day, dear friends. Good day, humans. Good day, very honest and uncorruptible humans. Today's title goes like this: One who stands for nothing will fall for anything. It's a little story about a belief or disbelief of human psyche, where we generated millions and millions of thoughts, always thinking that we are doing something wrong, that we don't trust the right God, that we don't teach our children properly, that we don't give enough love to whoever need to be given any love or anything else. So, living in the world where nothing is sufficient and everything is pretty much false, it's very easy to claim this is illusionary world. Yet I tell you different. This is the only real world you will ever experience. So, illusionary world or real world? Where do you want to be? Not what it means to somebody else. Do you feel that you deserve to live in a real world? I do. So, in the real world, where real decisions are made by the real people, the real consequences are paid. So, did you consider why the corruption is very, very cheap? You can corrupt somebody with, a gift, piece of bread, some cash, some false promises. Is this real, or it's just like a fakery of illusionary reality? How come that human dignity can be bought by kilos, by pounds, by, So people will live indignant all their life, not even questioning why this is happening to them. They think this is what they deserve. Why morality can be legislated by the creatures in the black robes, meaning the judges, lawmakers, bankers, and so on, and some secret dark societies who pretend they don't exist, yet they control everything. So why are we so easily controlled? Or why are we allowed to be so easily controlled? Not that I'm saying that we are easily controlled, but we allowed. So, why are we allowed to be driven into the war after war after war? No matter what kind of these so charismatic creatures comes up and say, let's kill all the Jews, let's clean the Serbs, let's attack the blacks, and let's subjugate all the ones who are not, doesn't matter, different than whatever they say they are. Why we are so stupidly gullible as a human race? Why the seduction is the only way to get laid? You don't think you deserve a human touch, a gentle caress? Or you have to buy your partner, or you have to conquer your wives? Doesn't matter. Some with the force, some with the dollars, or jewelry or diamonds. Why the indoctrination technique teach our children to be perfect followers? Meaning, we teach children in the school to repeat the same false history year after year until they fully grow into some kind of human zombie, hybrid robot, who will repeat the same mistakes as you did. Why bribes and threats are common form of interhuman communication. It's my previous jokes, meaning a carrot on the extendable pole. They promise you a golden carrot, yet they always extend the pole in a future negotiations because you did not read a very fine print of the contract that you signed. And there are some contracts that have been signed by your parents that you don't even allow to see or know that everything that you've done in your life is based on the fake and false premises. Yet you are real, but you live a very fake contract life, signed with or to an entities or religious entities, through the baptizing, through the social insurance numbers, through your birth certificates, through your land purchase down the road, or any other contract that you sign. You are signing a false and very, very dark agenda against your own well-being. One of the last questions: why deception works so well on human ignorance? So we decide to stay ignorant no matter what. So why? Why we are so pliable? Why we are so easily shaped the way whoever thinks it better than you is taking over, and he reshapes you the form that they need you to be. You want to be a lawyer, you want to be a warrior or a military guy, or you want to be just like a simple slave who will do the minuscule work for 10 days, 10 hours a day, 7 days a week, not even questioning for a second why I have to do these things. These are all the answers on the very deep question, that the one who stands for nothing will fall for everything. This is the everything part. Yet, how to find a real meaning of who you are? Can you stand for anything in your life besides these seductions, these bribes, these threats, these false promises? Can you stand for your real moral values outside of the legislative forms? Can you stand for true ethical behavior that you know even your parent was absolutely unethical, that you know that you don't have to be like him or her? What about your true and deep down humanity? Humanity is to me opposite of selfishness. Humanity is opposite of greed. Humanity is opposite of a meat eater. Humanity is opposite of being a killer or any of these religions. They are subjugating women, children, other people of different colors, or different whatever, creed, race. So one who will stand for nothing will fall for anything and everything. And this could be bribe, this could be fear, this could be treacherous actions of some past family member. It could be a false history. It could be false informations. It could be lust. It could be greed. So these people will not stand for their own well-being. They will sell them piece by piece by piece until nothing left. And you can see these people are very much insignificant. They're walking like a dead bodies. Doesn't matter age. They don't have to be old. Yet they are completely empty. They are almost soulless, without the soul. Why this is happening? Why we as a humanity have such a hard way to stand up for our own rights? And these are very simple rights. To live here freely on this planet. Not to pay to live. Not to pay to get born. Not to pay when you die. That you have to actually work for your half freedom. That you have to prostitute yourself in every moment of your life. And pretending when you buy your big car, suddenly you are free. It only lasts for a couple of seconds, minutes, and after that you have to pay the debt to this dark entity called greed, called control, called jealousy, called competition. So these are the entities that we have been trained as children or as human children to follow until we become less and less humans as we're going into our adulthood. And when we reach to a certain level of, let's say, our achievements, we finish schools, we get what our parents want for them or for us, or they could not achieve it, so you have to. Then what? Then the collapse starts. And this collapse is not on the outside. Maybe you are all living in a beautiful, rich places, you are fed well, you bought your women or man or whatever you need to. Yet the collapse starts happening within your energetic field, within your cell, within your inner you. This inner you becomes absolutely diminished. And this is what I see around when I walk this planet. Besides some of the beautiful beings that they are start raising up in last 20 years as I'm becoming kind of aware of myself and the consciousness that I carry. We're falling one after the other because we were very cheap. We were cheap. We were bought for nothing. And as soon as you bought, you are afraid that you will lose even this little of nothing for your own stand, for your last stand of truth. So, I tell you very, very genuinely that nothing will change in your life if you do not stand up for your own sake, not for anybody else in the beginning, but only for yourself. Only then situations will start changing and you will see deeper and between the lines of all the events that were happening around you. They were happening before and they're happening now in your face. Only when you stand up for a true morality, for true justice, and for real and unindoctrinated truth, only then your life will become real. And only then you'll be able to collect all of your lost particles of your spirit, of your soul. They've been actually stolen by putting you down with every generation where you've been born into, indoctrinated by a false prophets that were your parents, by false preachers that were your teachers, by false patriotism that you have to grab a gun and kill somebody else so you can live so-called freely. In the meantime, if you don't steal the land and the properties of all the other people that you just killed. So who will actually enjoy all this stolen property that you did for somebody else? Who are these else? These are the creatures that nobody want to talk about. These are the religious leaders, the dogmatic, religious, evil leaders behind the Vatican or Roman Catholic Church, behind the dark Muslim religion that subjugating women as their birthright. They have to be down no matter what. They have to be lesser beings than all these so-called humans or men in skirts. For how long? What else has to happen to you to realize where your true morality lies? Lies in your action to stand tall. It lies in the actions to tell the truth no matter what. It lies in actions that you can always say, I'm free because I'm standing tall. Or the other way around, that you are standing tall because you're free. Or you're free to stand tall no matter what others are saying. So please, stand tall in your freedom.